measure what's happening. How many of these leads came in? How many appointments got set? How many appointments went to, whether we canceled them or the seller canceled them, because those tell you different things there, knowing those numbers.
Sure.
You're listening to Flip Empire, the show committed to helping real estate entrepreneurs who want to build their empire without sacrificing their life. Your success and freedom starts now with your host, Alex Pardo.
You can bleed your business to death by just continuing to throw cash when you're not identifying and solving the symptom, right? Or I'm sorry, the not just the symptom, but the root cause of what's going on. And so you can continue to throw money at marketing, but if you suck at converting, you're essentially being very wasteful with a lot of marketing dollars. You know, I remember with direct mail, we would be happy if we could get a 1% response rate. And then it hit me. I'm like, 99% of these leads are going in, or prospects are going in the trash. Like, how do we kind of tip the scales here in our favor? Because I don't like those numbers. And I love the fact that what the pivotal moment for you, it's like, I need to run this business by the numbers, right? Mm-hmm. And not the vanity metrics of, well, I generated all these leads, which is great, but what did that actually turn into? So I'm curious for you, Danny, what were some of the things that you started to do to increase your conversions and get better at the sales process?
Yeah, and it wasn't even just the sales process, but that was a big piece of it. What was realized was that as it was generating more leads, that was more to deal with, right? I had to take all those calls. I had to set the appointments. I had to go to the appointments. I had to figure out how much I was going to, the repair costs. I had to make the offers, do follow up, which wasn't happening because I was just taking newer calls. It was like moving to the next one.
Yeah.
And so it was like realizing, okay, this is terribly inefficient. Like this number is horrible and it's getting worse the more leads I try to generate because I'm dropping the ball even more, right, on every single one of those. So it was first measure what's happening. How many of these leads came in? How many appointments got set? How many appointments went to, whether we canceled them or the seller canceled them, because those tell you different things there, knowing those numbers.
Sure.
Right. Especially if you start having a team, you don't know if, stuff's getting canceled, but who canceled it? Did the seller do it? And why? Did somebody beat us to it? Because we're not setting appointments soon enough.
And those are important data points.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's huge. And then, offers. And, my dad taught me a long time ago, it's like, if you're going to an appointment, you're making an offer. Don't ever go to an appointment and not make an offer. That's completely ridiculous. At some number, it's going to make sense for you. And somebody newer might hear that and say, well, I mean, what if I don't want the house? It's like, no, or no, why would I never want to make an offer? Well, because you're going to go to a house that's so horrendous at some point that you're going to be like, ooh, I don't want to touch this. This is a massive rehab, or this is a dangerous area and I don't want to touch it. Well, there's a number that's going to make sense for you. And that number might be $1,000, right? Which is completely ridiculous for the seller most of the time. But you went to the appointment, you might as well make an offer.
Yeah. And even if it doesn't work for you, you could always wholesaler, it potentially works for somebody else.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so looking at offers made, right, that should always equal the appointments set and gone to. And then contracts, and then how many actually closed, right? So, because if you got contracts falling out, you got to look at what's going on there too. Right. If you're doing a high volume wholesale, you might have to live with a certain attrition rate, but.
That's right, 100%. All right, my friend, I hope you enjoyed that Flip Empire episode and got a lot of value out of it. Make sure to check the show notes page for any resources that were mentioned. And speaking of resources, honestly, I don't think I've done the best job of sharing with you my top curated, highly recommended tools and resources that I use in my business or have used in my business. In some cases, these are affiliate relationships with people that I highly trust and respect. And I know these tools and resources can help you and your business go to the next level. And as an ethical bribe, if you decide to try out one of these resources using my link, I will go ahead and send you an unadvertised bonus. I'll send you something of high value. All you got to do is shoot me an email, alex@flipempire.com. Go ahead and let me know that you tried out this resource, and however I can help you getting started with that. Chances are that I know it very, very well and currently use it or have used it. So make sure to check that out, flipempire.com/resources. And if I can be of help or service to you in any way, just shoot me an email, alex@flipempire.com, and I will do anything I can for you. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next show.